Hello, I'm Lucinda McCabe. I'm here to talk about an assessment done on one of my students named Chris Short. He had the Vinland Adaptive Behavior Skills 2. These skills provide an assessment of the typical performance of the daily activities required for personal and social sufficiency as defined by the experience of our students of other people. The Vinland 2 was scored based on information provided on January the 22nd, 2016. It contains the following: communication, daily life skills, socialization, adaptive behavior composite. The communication tests the student's ability to speak, understand others, and uses written language. The daily life skills test the student's ability on practical skills and behaviors that are needed to take care of oneself. The socialization skills test the student's ability on skills and behaviors needed to get along with others and use in free time activities. Adaptive behavior composite test helps get the most reliable picture of functioning. So let's look at his communications scores was 65, which is low. The daily living skills score was 71, which is moderately low. Socialization skills was 74, moderately low. Adaptive behavior composite was 66, which is low. Okay, so I'm going to look at his summary of the Vinland Adaptive Behavior Skills 2. I believe that Chris's greatest strength is his socialization skills. As you can see, he needs to continue to work on making eye contact, stating his name, greeting other students, joining in, and maintaining special positive social status, maintaining self-control when frustrated, throwing less tantrums, more openness and less withdrawn, and extreme anxiety when separating from a familiar setting is all that he needs to work on. Chris's least strength is his communication skills. He needs to use the picture exchange communication system throughout the day. Using pictures will help him with less anxiety and verbalize more using pictures. PECS helps get spontaneous communication to occur, and Chris needs to communicate more with his teachers and peers. Chris tested moderately low in daily human skills and low in adaptive behavior composite. Based upon the information that the test revealed, Chris needs to be placed in the life skills classroom that uses the STAR curriculum, Sunshine Literacy, PCI Literacy, Math Touch, and PECS. STAR and PECS are an ABA-based therapy upon the principles of applied behavioral analysis. After many observations, I agree with the findings of the Vinland Adaptive Behavior Skills. I also think that with a very structured, repetitive, loving, and consistent learning environment, Chris can overcome some of his challenges. Okay, the next test, it was the Reynolds Intellectual Assessment Skills. This skill is an individually administered test of intelligence appropriate for ages 3 years through 94 years. The RICE includes a verbal intelligence index, a nonverbal intelligence index, and a composite intelligence index. The Nonverbal Intelligence Index provides a summary estimate of nonverbal intelligence as assessed by nonverbal reasoning by measuring the abilities to perceive, manipulate, or transform accurately the image of spatial patterns into other visual arrangements. The Verbal Intelligence Index provides a summary of estimate of overall general intelligence, including the ability to reason, solve problems, and to learn. The Composite Intelligence Index provides a summary estimate of overall general intelligence, including the ability to reason, solve problems, and learn. Okay, within all three of these, the test was attempted, but no score. So the summary of the Reynolds Intellectual Assessment Skills, Chris attempted them, but there was no score taken. The individual achievement, which is the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test, 3rd edition, is an individually administered clinical instrument designed to measure the achievement of students who are in grades pre-kindergarten through 12th. It consists of 16 subtests used to evaluate listening, speaking, reading, writing, and mathematical skills. The following subtests were attempted to be administered to Connor. The early reading skills subtest measures several areas deemed important for developing reading skills, like naming letters, letter sound correspondence, phonological awareness, and word reading comprehension. The math problem solving subtest measures untimed math problem solving skills in following domains: the basic concepts, everyday applications, geometry, and algebra. The alphabet writing fluency subtest measures the ability to write letters of the alphabet within a 30-second time limit. Okay. On his subtest, his early reading skills was attempted but no score. Math problem solving attempted with no score. Alphabet writing fluency attempted with no score. So the summary of the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test, the 3rd edition, Chris attempted, but there were no score. He also took the Kauffman Survey of Early Academic and Language Skills. It is an individually administered, nationally normed measure of pre-academic skills. The 40-item numbers, letters, and words subtest includes 20 items that assess number skills and 20 items that assess pre-reading and reading skills. The following subtest was attempted: numbers, letters, and words. He attempted those with no score. The summary of Kauffman Survey of Early Academic and Language Skills. Chris attempted with no score. The classroom-based assessment is the next one. Was completed on Chris's preschool to serve as an informal achievement measure for the purpose of transition into school-age programming. The following is a summary of his performance in each area. His strengths. Chris is determining the following skills consistently: cognitive, intellectual learning, functions as a member of the classroom community, shows an awareness of safe behavior, cares for the environment. Here are some of his weaknesses. His performance for the following skills is emerging or not yet demonstrated. Cognitive, intellectual learning, shows an interest in using writing for purpose, enjoys discussing books and stories, shows an awareness of cause and effect relationships, uses picture cues to tell a story, uses known letters, approximation to represent written language, identifies some letters, makes some letter sounds, matches, identifies letters and signs in the environment, recognizes and repeats patterns, understands one-to-one correspondence, demonstrates the ability to order and sequence, demonstrates understanding of number and numeral relationships, shows an understanding of spatial relationships, demonstrates visual discrimination skills, makes comparisons, uses number in daily activities, manipulates and combines two-dimensional shapes and geometric solids, uses words to describe the characteristics of objects. Finds more than one solution to a problem, demonstrates an understanding of addition and subtracting using manipulatives, shows an awareness of time concept, applies information or experience to a new context, discusses natural events in the environment, shows pride in heritage or background, show awareness of he roles people play in a society, describes the characteristics of both two-dimensional shapes and geometric solids, demonstrate the knowledge of how to use a book, understands print conveys a message, classify objects by physical features such as shape or color, classify objects that go together. Now remember that this is his weaknesses. Shows an interest in exploring the environment, uses sense to learn about the characteristics of the environment and to collect data, participates in exploratory measurement activities, identifies self as a boy or girl, identifies self as a member or specific family and cultural group. Okay, we're going to move on to his language. Remember again, this is his weakness. Uses effective, appropriate oral communication skills, expands vocabulary usage, uses words to communicate ideas and feelings, uses language to problem solve, demonstrate phonological awareness, recognizes and identifies common objects and pictures, participates in song, finger plays, rhyming, activities, and games, participates in group discussion, follow directions in sequence, engages in two-way conversation with children and adults, tells a story. His recommendations. I recommend that Chris continues to receive lessons from the Sunshine Literacy curriculum. Also encourage Chris to work in iStation on his letter knowledge, phonemic awareness, alphabet decoding, comprehension, text fluency, vocabulary and spelling. Since he tested in Tier 3 of the iStation, it suggests that for spelling, we teach Lesson 6 and 7. Lesson 6 consists of, consonant, vowel, consonant, silent E, and consonant, vowel, consonant, silent E patterns. Lesson 7, the skill is taught with 3 phoneme words and with short vowels. Instructional strategies. Teacher will use model guided, and then student will do independent strategies such as word study. Introduce a spelling pattern by choosing words for students to sort. Encourage students to discover the pattern in their reading and writing. Use reinforcement skills, activities to help students relate this pattern to previously acquired knowledge. His iStation suggests for vocabulary that we teach Lesson 5 and 6. Lesson 5 is the skill is with the vocabulary closed sort pictures. Lesson 6, the skill is with daily vocabulary building. And the instructional strategies will be teachers will use model, guided, and then student will do independent strategies such as semantic maps, word wizard, word detective, word connect, and concept cube. Okay, iStation suggests within the reading comprehension that we use Lesson 4, categorization, strategies to develop vocabulary through word associations. Lesson 4, this skill is with 4 categorizations, strategies to develop vocabulary through word association. Instructional strategies. Teacher will use model guided, and then student will do independent strategies such as monitoring comprehension, metacognition, graphic and semantic organizers, answering questions, generate questions, recognize story structure, and summarizing. Okay, text fluency. iStation suggests that we use Lesson 3, identifying the word that best completes a sentence. Lesson 3, the skill is with identifying the word that best completes a sentence. The instructional strategies we will use will be modeled, guided, and then student will do independent strategies such as to introduce new or difficult words to children and to provide practice reading these words before they read on their own. Include opportunities for Chris to hear a range of text read fluently with expression. Suggest ideas for building homeschool connection that encourage families to become involved actively in children's reading development. Model fluent reading. And then have students reread the text on their own. Okay, the date and time of the formal observation. It was done on iStation on Wednesday, September 19, 2018. The formal observation was performed throughout the day because this student has been sick recently and tires out fast. He started at 8:27 and it took him 53 minutes total to finish. Overall reading, the ability index score was 191. and we will retest him each month to see if this score goes up. Okay, test fluency 0, comprehension 191, vocabulary 200, spelling 186. Overall reading, he is in a tier 3 at significant risk of not meeting grade level expectations. Grade equivalent K.4, performing as an average kindergarten student who took this test in December. We must keep in mind that he will be in tier 3 probably for maybe the next year or longer. Test fluency, he's in tier 3 at significant risk or not meeting grade level expectations. The grade equivalent is 1.4, performing as an average first grade student who took this test in December. The purpose of the report, of this I-Station report, is that it facilitates informed decision-making through reports that provide immediate access to students' results. This is the first year we've used this in my class, and I like it because I get the results fast. And a lot of times I can go on the computer and watch their scores. It also offers recommended teacher-directed lessons. The child communicates well with others on most days. Compared to this time last year, he has progressed tremendously. I think this is due to his medication. He uses some social skills well. He greets and says farewell exceptionally well. He stops and makes eye contact before talking to his peers and school staff. A lot of our staff can't believe how much his social skills have improved. His motor skills are moderate. He tends to be unsteady at different times. For most of the time, he uses adaptive behavior skills very well. His cognitive skills are better than last year. He can use a login and a computer without any help now. He rotates to various centers when told time to rotate. He can add, subtract one-digit numbers, write and spell his first name, count to 50, make sounds of certain alphabet, and is working on restroom skills. He is about 50% at this time with bathroom skills, around 50%, maybe 75% on hand washing. Overall, I think he's doing well, and I hope he continues to progress. Thank you.